Good? All good?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I know it's been a while since we had this podcast. I'm not sure how long, a few months already. For those who are new, welcome to the Ringside. It's season 2 now. It's 2024-2025 season. Yeah. I'm Abbas, and beside me is Desmond.
You said you want to retire.
Retired? Retired from podcast?
You said that. You said I go for a break and...
Yeah, I had my break. But...
I suddenly remember this, man. But okay.
Okay, you have to fact check that.
In theory, yeah, I have break. Everyone had a break.
Yeah, but we're still in between a lot of things, man. It's like crazy. Even now, even today, it's like we're rushing a lot of things, and wow, so many things to catch up from. So, wait, should we just jump in? Then later on we can catch up on what we've been doing.
Just go with the flow.
So what happened to Prabhu?
Wow. Oh yeah, Prabhu. If you're watching this, we miss you. Prabhu is busy with his family. Like we've said, we've been like all over the place. Especially now, there's a lot of things going on. So I guess we just jump in quickly. Then after that, we'll try to catch up with each other later on. Yeah. So what happened when we've been away? I think Leandro tried to fill us in as well during the WFC where he had a talk with Timo as well. That one was a very nice piece of it. Yeah. So speaking of that, a lot of things happened WFC. The Women's World Cup. Then we had our IVP. After IVP, we had our lower division games. So Div 3, I believe there's Conference League as well for the men's.
Yep.
Then of course our national school games, the one that we are involved heavily. And yeah, primary school, secondary school, and just recently the AD. So there's a whole list of it. But all we can say is congrats to the teams that have managed to get at least a top 4 position, promotion. And of course for the schools, a medal position and a colours award. Really congratulations on your hard work. It's very nice to see that after COVID, the numbers is increasing and more game time as we've seen with a lot of competitions as well. You know, it's not long ago. It's like 2 years ago only. It's like COVID. We just came out of COVID. 02, right? Sorry, 2022. Wow, that's some crazy stuff. Okay, let's jump to the most important topic for this month or so. I mean, just started. Our Premier League, the men's and women's Premier League. In between, we're having sort of a break for the men's side because of our AOFC or WFC qualification. So let's not waste any more time. Let's talk about the men's side first, okay? Do you want to start first? Because I need to jump into the tables and whatnot.
Talking about the league first?
Yeah, we talk about the men's side first.
Okay, I mean, taking a look at the table right now, leading the charge is actually INOS. And Nemesis, they have actually won their first 3 games. And right at the bottom, it's Tampines League. Is it called League?
Links.
Shit, man, Hussein is going to kill me on this. Links and IBK Dallin, who have not get any points so far.
Oh my God.
But over, for me personally, as I watched some of the games, there were a couple of changes in terms of manpower shifting here and there, everywhere. So from the previous season, when you see a certain team that was stronger, this season maybe not so because of the certain changes, and vice versa as well. Yeah.
It's very interesting about this is something about the. I mean, I guess it's a normal thing in the scene. Like after one season, just change players. You know, like the whole thing can literally leave and join another team. That's scary.
Yeah. I mean, until the day, I guess if more money is being involved, where you need transfer fees.
Transfer fees.
I look forward to it, man. I mean, if that day does come where transfer fees are actually allowed or being structured such that it is possible, then you wouldn't get all this kind of like, okay, I just leave the team and then just join the other team, or so-called other team being poaching, players and so on and so forth. Yeah. So, but it's still pretty far off from what I just said.
Yeah, but it's very interesting that I don't know. Some would say it's loyalty. Some would say they follow their coaches and whatnot. So, but the movements is a lot, man. And some movements can be really influential.
Yeah.
Now you look at I think Nemesis is very clear. I think with the addition of some of the players, then prominently, I think did Nick won man of the match so far. I'm not so sure, right? I mean, you can check it out. I believe it's posted. But yeah, I've been watching the games also. I think Nick, he fits in nicely to Nemesis. It's like game changer, especially against Orion Star. Wow, he stood up he stood out and he was very composed during the game, which is very interesting to watch as well. Other than that, of course, the top few teams with, I would say, more experienced players look like they have the grasp of the league itself, whereas I think the newer teams are struggling. I think at a very early stage, it's 2 weeks already for the men's, and we can see that they are struggling in terms of quality. So you might be right. Maybe for the transfer season, if there's money involved or some form of, say, requirement or some, I don't know, something interesting.
It will be a lot of administrative structure that needs to put in place, right? So clubs really need to be proper clubs.
Yeah.
They really need to sign contracts with players. I mean, I do know of a club that really signed contract with players, but it's not being
Monitored.
well received yet. So you know, the players don't actually kind of buy into the idea. But if not, the rest are just simply, come, you want to play with me, let's just play, just pay the money for the league. That's about it.
Yeah, then I can share some stories that I had issues because I coach a new team, which, for the record, I'm very against setting up a club or whatever it is, because I know the troubles that we've seen. You know, it's crazy, and for the first time I'm managing a club itself, yeah, it's crazy. But thankfully I had the better support, but it's not the same for everyone else.
Yeah, it's not easy lah. It's just not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yep.
And of course, we're not getting anything out of it, you know.
Yep.
Okay, shall we move on? Or do you want to do any predictions or is it too early to do a prediction?
The next match?
Next match, over the league. Let's be more ambitious.
I don't mind.
Who will you think will end up at the top of the league for the men's and in the playoffs, final playoffs?
If you talk about league first,
Yeah.
league-wise, I would say I'll still go with Wonder Sticks.
Oh, Wonder Sticks.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean they did add one or two piece of foreign imports, right? And then with actually foreign and local, right? So because Rumi went over from Perhe, I believe their structure are pretty much stable, and then when you add certain nice pieces in, you make it stronger. Yeah, this is just my opinion.
I got a feeling that Nemesis will end up, winning the league, and of course another Nemesis and Wonder Sticks finals in the playoffs.
I wouldn't go against that also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who knows? Some of the teams might pull a surprise. But so far, looking at the table and looking at the quality of each team, I think it can maybe a big jump. We'll see how it goes.
Of course, just to give credit, right? INOS at this current moment, because they are also sort of joint top because they have better goal differential.
Yeah.
But I believe they haven't played stronger teams yet. So it remains to be seen. So I hope you guys just prove me wrong.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, the Orion and Wonder Sticks game, which it was the first game, right? They played each other, Orion and First weekend on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually like the game is supposed to be like towards the end, or it's like a pay-per-view kind of game. But very interesting how the schedule is done. So don't know how it's done. Also, I've been, I've done scheduling, but we leave it as it is. Nothing involved us. We are just audiences. Okay, let's move on to the ladies.
Okay.
Ladies just had their match over the weekend, just a few days ago, right? Saturday, Sunday, while the men are taking a break from the WFCQ. So again, the table quite I would say it's like taking shape very fast. At the early stage.
I mean, for the ladies' game, it's actually more straightforward. Generally speaking, I mean, most teams did play their back-to-back, except for a few teams. And yeah, those that belong to the top are at the top.
Exactly.
The usual bottom.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, I see Project right at the bottom. Heart pain.
Yeah,
The thing is, the second last is Tempest. I took them before as well. 2 seasons.
So any teams, take note of that. Your future plans.
But anyway, yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's very early, but you can see the shape itself, and the goal difference itself. Oh my goodness, the goal difference is huge. For those who are not aware, the top of the table is Wonder Sticks ladies, who were the former defending champions, and then following them very closely is Titans, with just one goal difference. That's all. That's one goal difference, and this is just one weekend. And that in the third place is actually Lito, but the goal difference of Titans is double of what Lito has been scoring, and wow. So this is a huge statement from the top two teams out there. You know, and we know that Titans have been recruiting
The young ones.
the young ones to beef up their squad, and my personal take, it's actually sound recruitment, the type of players that they got. Not sure about the rest. There were a lot of movements here and there. So I've looked through a bit of the list. Maybe you have to look through more. Unlike the men's team, where we can see there are significant movements and we know what impact that can be done. But for the ladies, yeah, so far the more prominent ones are the Titans. I think the whole scene are aware of it. Yeah. Then Skyhawks, actually Skyhawks it's a rebrand of Starlings last year, right?
I believe so.
Yeah,
Yes, I believe so.
Well, I wonder how the recruitment was done. We haven't looked through fully the list of players.
I mean, I did see a few names from their Instagram. So a couple of the veterans, you want to consider that to be they're in the squad, but also a whole new faces that I've never seen before. So it remains to be seen whether they can do something to their table standings after a few weekends of games. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's interesting on the quality itself. So again, for the newer promoted teams, well, I mean, from D2, Div 1, now you're going to face the likes of Wonder Sticks, Titans, potentially even Creeps. Really, and ours are giving a difficult fight for the younger ones, newer teams. Sorry, and when I watched the game, it's very clear the standards of our Div 1 and Div 2, and anyone who have any ambitions to get promoted, you have to get ready for these strong teams. Yeah, I think one prominent thing is also historically Titans. They're the longest, I believe, one of the longest or oldest teams in the league, right? And they already more or less have established home ground in a way, and
The branding.
Yeah, the branding itself. Yeah, Wonder Sticks, I mean, it's new, but historically they're there. But I think the other ones that are historically long is Lito and Owls, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, so you can see that more or less some structure is very important, especially in these divisional games and whatnot. Okay. Predictions for the ladies. I know it's only the first week of the game. Yeah, you look
Okay, if prediction, okay, I'm just thinking between Wonder Sticks ladies and Titans, right? So, was it Wonder Sticks?
Wonder Sticks won last year.
Did I comment within our own group chat that Wonder Sticks had? Is Fariza still around?
No, Fariza. She's not. Yeah, she retired.
No more.
Right? Yeah.
So she and J-Pal.
J-Pal retired. Yeah.
Then let me just try go with Titans then.
Yeah. I saw the first game also.
I mean, I saw the Wonder Sticks game, ladies game. Not so sure who's the goalie is, but it's a huge.
Yeah, it's a big shoe.
Right.
Big
Just like,
shoe.
oh man, Jurgen Klopp come to my mind again. But anyway, yeah, in terms of that, I mean, if the goalkeeping department is not as strong as before when Fariza is around, then I would say Titans might.
Oh, yeah, if we can pull out the data itself, I believe Fariza had the most saves last year, right? Almost one of a few. So over reliant on the goalkeeper for Wonder Sticks tactics.
You cannot ignore that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really cannot ignore the
And
goalkeeper.
if I'm not wrong, Titans goalies were at the bottom few stats. Means reliance on defense and attack is very high in Titans, but Wonder Sticks high attack, strong goalkeeper. So yeah, so not pressuring the goalkeeper, but I think we are all of us are aware that it's a big shoe.
Do say hi to me if you.
Yeah. Big shoes to fill. My goodness, that's a big shoe to fill.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Okay, so for the next weekend, it's only the women's games, right? Still ongoing. Yeah. So the next upcoming weekend, do drop by OTH to watch the women's game. We might end up seeing us also. I think maybe Saturday I'll try to pop by when I can. Do say hi and let's try to support our local league itself. Yeah. hang on. Oh, wait, that's. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Thanks for updating us. Just rewind a bit because of initially when the league was about to start, there was a talk about having the national players per team, right? A cap to national players.
Oh.
And subsequently was removed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Oh, yeah,
I'm not. We were not part of the discussion. I don't know what was the decision by
If not
SFA.
Star wouldn't be Star, right?
Hey,
Truth.
Titans will not be Titans also, right? Yeah. Titans got how many national players? A lot, right?
How many?
Yeah, even the U19s, a lot. There's a lot. Like
Oh, you mean the national team includes the U19?
national
side?
players. No, I don't think national players.
Oh, only national.
Yeah.
Yeah, but truth.
For me, what were the thoughts on that? Like, okay, so we cover a few first. The Malaysians, our brothers and sisters from Malaysia, they come over to play in our leagues. I think it's not uncommon. I mean, we've seen it before, but I think it's always nice to have people from all over to come and play in our league. Then, of course, some of them are friends. Definitely, they are friends. Of course, all their friends as well. They managed to get each other in the team itself. Idols has a Malaysian line also. Wow. Okay, that's
One entire line.
is it? It's superbly interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean when I see them play, that line, that play, even though I do not know them, I could clearly see a huge difference between like them and say the other Singaporeans line. Yeah, I think what caught me attention was the last defender, on how he managed to do. I mean, it's very simple. His game is very simple. Just receive, switch play, receive, switch play, clean things up. He allowed the line to flow. Fabian.
Fabian Chow.
Okay. I'll remember that name. Hi Fabian Chow. If you're watching. Okay, but yeah, he caught my attention. Yeah.
Oh, Merahan's goalie. How do I pronounce her name?
Michaela.
Michaela. She's a Malaysian as well.
Yeah.
Malaysian goalkeeper. And of course, ours Pei, a very prominent figure. You know, wow, amazing, not bad. It's a good lineup. Apart from these are foreign imports in a way. You know, I want to put it that way.
Yeah.
Like Wonder Sticks does, but it's very interesting. This is great. I didn't really know about that. I know one line of Malaysian players. Oh, that's very interesting.
And the effort that they take to come down and play.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the time that it will take come down and play. So in the past when I played a certain team before in the league, then I did had like one or two all the way from Penang. So every weekend, did he fly? No, I think he took bus or something. But it was crazy.
There was no Air Asia back then.
To me it was like really crazy. So he went to the match luggage. Then we were like, after this you going back? He was like, yes.
Oh my
So he
gosh.
played, and then after match he just. Yeah, so back then was still being played in RP, so it's still not as bad because we were at Woodlands.
border,
Yeah, so I did sort of remember he still had to like take bus, then cross over the border, and then from there you just figure his way back to Penang. Yeah,
And we have like colleagues. Some of us have colleagues in from Malaysia who travel daily, and commute daily. You know, it's really crazy just to imagine that.
Correct.
And now you have players. Imagine like if they stay, and most of the skilled players are. The top players are at the northern side of Malaysia, right?
Yes.
My gosh, really salute to you guys for
So
coming
their
down.
determination, their grit, I think just that alone you have to give a lot of respect.
Yeah. That's I don't know if I would want to do that.
No.
Imagine.
How many Singaporeans would do that? I really am not sure.
Unless of course if they're paying me well to coach somewhere up in the north, right? Yeah, I
See,
don't
that's
mind
what all Singaporeans will say. Unless they pay me to, unless they.
You're right, man. So I fall under that category.
I would say the same thing also. Yeah.
Oh yeah, then of course Titans. What Wonder Sticks lost? Titans game. Shazana.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I only know when I watch Little Games. Hey, where's Shazana? Like where the hell is she?
Shazana.
Did she went to?
Oh my goodness.
Did she went to? Okay, I didn't know she went there.
And the whole the former United gang is there. Shazana, Casey, Nelly.
Hey, then the league don't need play already lah. Hey, don't need play already. Case closed. First weekend done.
Oh my goodness.
Wait for them to pay each other.
She played a big part in the IVP. Shazana played big part for TP. Give them confidence and of course the shot stopping. Wow, super big part. Yeah. Oh yeah, and congrats to TP and really. TP and RP, right? Yeah, TP and RP. Really, finally, good job. It's been a while, January, right? Yeah.
Although it's being played at SUTD.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the court. Yeah. No offense to SUTD, just that it's very small. Too small. Maybe school games can, but yeah, everyone knows that. It's too small. I usually can play.
Potential good school courts are
SIM.
SM.
It's big enough.
Yeah, it's big enough.
Big enough aircon, the crowd will be on top. Yeah. So then you in theory they won't be just beside you.
So to the both, which one would be the best school court? SIM.
Or SIM,
NUS.
Yeah.
NUS is a good decent place. Yeah. NTU not bad. The new one, the Wave, is it
The newer hall lah.
No, the old hall, the newer hall.
But previously because they play in the older
Right,
hall
right,
and then
right,
create
right. Now
a
they
big
shut
hoo-ha,
down.
right? Then
Yep.
they shift it to SIM.
The
So,
newer
so
hall
that's
is
why I
decent.
remember SIM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, even RP is like a fish tank thing, very squeezy, So
The RP is doing renovation in their lower court
yeah.
now. So
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
we need to start explore other places.
Yeah.
There are new CCs, new places.
Oh yeah, this year's Polite would still remain at SP.
Oh.
So apparently, from what I hear, is they have to take a particular so-called, they have to host, right, all the different polys. So apparently they have to host like 2 years before they had I think probably some new way of
So
structuring.
don't tell me SUTD is also taking IVP.
No, I'm talking about Polite side lah.
Polite.
IVP is IVP,
Okay,
Polite
okay.
is Polite.
Sorry.
Yeah, so different.
Different bodies.
Yeah.
sorry, different bodies.
So SP have to host one more time, but I guess they have to get new boards also.
But actually, SP is also not bad. Just not good for crowds, I guess. Right? It's not
Yeah.
good for crowds.
Yeah, and
Playing
again,
wise, it's fine.
it's very tough.
Yeah.
It feels like
it's very
you're-
yellow.
It feels like you
suits
back to 1980s
80s.
or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, and then like I said, new boards.
Okay lah, time travel lah. Go there, But yeah, I mean, yeah, limited spaces. Then we can talk about that later on. We got topics about that. Yeah. So again, this coming weekend, it's the ladies that are playing. Please pop by. Do pop by and try to give your support. Good crowds. We have a lot of good crowds to certain games, and of course you can catch it online on Face Off Sports as usual. Okay. Let's move on to the WFCQ. The men's journey towards which they are there at the Philippines now. Today was their first training, right? Before their match tomorrow. They'll be playing tomorrow, so let's try to back them up, support them throughout the session. But we have issues along the way, right? The Malaysians, our Malaysian counterparts came over
2 weekends ago.
2 weekends ago, right? 2 weekends ago, and they played in between our league games.
Yep.
Then the best, we were made known that it was an open door. This Tri-Nation thing and the Malaysian things, it was closed door, is it? Yeah, but then it was marketed on the IG as if it's an open door. They put fixtures, right? If I'm not wrong.
They put features.
Yeah, they put fixtures. So naturally, I thought it was open door. The first thing, like when they put it on IG, they posted like, so is it open?
Everyone asking me, hey, Leandro got live now.
Yeah, and live telecast.
Got live now, can come and watch now.
Can he hear you when you say?
I think very, very faint.
Okay, Leandro said that too many people asked him about the Tri-Nations, like whether is it live or not, can we go and watch or not. But in the end, it's like, no, it's closed door. He had to even post in his own IG, like day
closed
1
door.
out of 3, sorry, it's closed door. Day 2 out of 3, sorry, it's closed door again. So on and so forth. Yeah, but yeah, what's...
For those who don't know, Tri-Nation, our Aussies and Kiwis friends came over to play a mini tournament. I believe some of you who follow them are aware of the games, and it's sort of a preparation for this
The
WFCQ.
lah, yeah.
Sort of a preparation, but yeah, I think it's a bit too sudden. Also, I'm not so sure about that. We will talk more about this, but let's talk about the Malaysian first.
Okay.
So it was a closed door thing, right? But the public still could have came in, like.
A bit hard to crowd control because it was in between the league.
Yeah, it was straight away
Yeah,
after
it was
the
straight away
league.
after the league. Yeah.
So the league people can come and watch, and then straight away after the last league game, the Malaysian game versus Singapore is to be held. So then, do you actually have ushers to say come scram off because it's a closed door thing or what? But in the end, from what we discussed and saw, people still came in and watched.
Yeah.
So a bit of a mixed message in that situation.
Yeah, then it was.
I think what's worse was in my opinion, like the Singaporeans, because the Singaporeans and Malaysians, especially the Malaysians who are playing in the league. So according to the match fixtures, right, because INOS played 2 games that weekend, right? It also means that the Malaysians that were playing for INOS, they played 2 games league and 2 games international in that same 2 days. Then for some of our local boys, they have to play 3 games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
three
depending on
games.
depending on the number of matches they play lah. Yeah. So it's like probably one too many
Yeah.
within a span of 2 days.
And if they are even conditioned for it, it's genuinely more than back to back. It's like back to back, back to back, back to back. It's a double, triple, back to back. Yeah, and it's I'm not sure what went down, what were the coordination, what were the planning. We don't know. We don't know what was done by the association or whatever it is. But I think we empathize with the boys. It was very tiring. Back to back, especially our Malaysian counterparts who come here. Imagine they travel, then they came down just to play more games. Wow, it's very, very tiring. Then in between was actually our WFC, the U19, right? Our ladies best ever finish for any national teams in Singapore, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
11th position.
best ever.
Yeah.
Across any levels.
I think across any level, the best ever. Yeah, so, and I like the comment. Someone gave the comment. We talked about it in our chat. The comment that this is not. Someone put inside the IFF comment. This is not how Singapore plays. And then
The commentator John was the one who said.
This.
It was at the first period of the first game,
Yeah.
and then he noted in the commentary is that this is not the way we usually play. It's a very controlled manner of playing. And then second period we just went back to ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh really? Oh, I thought what good comments.
Yeah.
Okay. But at least it lasted a while lah.
It lasted 1 period.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, it was the trend for the U19. So they did well at the start. Then after that, they fall back to the people catch up basically. People catch up. Like they may have scored like 6 goals at the start, then it slowed down to like suddenly 8-6-5 out of nowhere.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean,
No, but then we talk in the chat. So Iru has a hockey background. He played a few games, almost like Oswin as well. Few games. So like Prabhu asked, "Wow, what kind of style of this?" And when he was referring their friendlies, we were explaining more of a direct version of a floorball or sports where you utilize playmakers. And when we watch the U19 or even the stats itself, those who get assists or goals will come for the same people. So usually, this is also common if you watch football or whatever it is, there's a number of playmakers who will assist and that. So it's a very different approach from our usual floorball scene way. So I think that's amazing to see, because on my side, as a coach, I've been trying to do that. And so far, to be honest, it's been successful. But you need to meet certain criteria and certain requirements. If you don't meet, you end up like what happened to St. Helens in BD, we crumble. Which Iru managed to do a bit within 3 months or so, right after the trials, when JQ stepped down, then after Iru took over. It was a big challenge for him, and it's first time as a head coach to bring a team internationally also. Debut for most also, even for him. So I think it was very nice to see, especially our own players, that are there, like, wow, and it's just nice. But when push come to shove, we became Singapore. We fall back to our old habits, sitting back, not stepping up, and watching, marking. Then everyone catch up. If not, we would have been a potent force in the unit team. But again, I think they did a great job. Within a short period of time, they did a great job. They showed what they are capable of, and I think kudos to them. I think it was amazing getting the best possible finish of any national team. Potentially, we might be wrong. We have to look back at the historical data, but I believe this is the best possible finish for our country.
I mean, I guess the next question is, this is ultimately U19 is still considered like the youth level.
Yep.
So,
What's next?
based on what I know of Singapore's team sports is youth level, we can win or compete against our counterparts. But once you hit a certain adulthood, right, then that's a total different ball game. So can you actually hit the next level, right? So, or is it because they're at U19 they already hit their peak? So that's to me a question mark, right? So whether they can push up to the next level, I think remains to be seen. And given the national ladies, I mean, after WFC, we did saw a few of them, retiring.
And big
so on
figures
so forth.
retiring. Yeah.
So then again, big shoes to fill in, whether you can close in the gap or not. So yeah, that's just a question for everyone to ponder about.
And we will talk about it after this because we'll be moving on later on to the NYTC. We're going to talk about the youth and after that, the progression and whatnot. This will be a very, very tough topic because it's a big deal for us as coaches because we deal with youth players and we are looking at, like what you said, the WFC part where our women will be coming over. Okay, so after the U19, we have to jump back to now the Tri-Nation, Australia, New Zealand. So the results, I'm not sure what happened. It wasn't as promising. But we talk about our men's team, right? You know what happened, or the signs that we already seen. The byproduct of what has been going on in terms of the training, the type of quality that we're getting. Like you say, you pick at U19. Then what's next? So I think it was shocking. I won't say shocking. It's not even shocking for me when So the score is 8-2. We lost 8-2 to Australia. Then we had 4-3. We won 4-3 against New Zealand. But New Zealand got lost to Australia 5-10. So we are going into WFC with this at the back of our head. I'm not sure what went down or how it was managed because of course we can't visit closer also, right? So maybe resting players and whatnot, because extensively they have been playing back to back and whatnot. But I think we talk about this. This is not even a coaching issue or this is not a association issue or that. This is overall an issue in Singapore. Team sports, like we talk about this, a team sports issue that how can we look at New Zealand catch up very fast? We look at Australia catch up very fast. We don't know how the results will be for this WFC. Maybe our boys will really bounce back, become strong. Hopefully, we really want the best for them. But the signs are showing how Australia improved within a short span of time. How New Zealand catch up. We had a AFC last year, right? And we can see the difference is very fast. How they catch up. So, what do you think on the men's side?
No, I think the clear catch up boys are actually the New Zealanders. So when they came the last AOFC, right, they really had their own brand of floorball, the way they play, and I think in one of the podcasts I actually mentioned about it that they actually were quite drawn in by the way they play, right? Then by the fact that they still lost, right, during their AOFC, but you could see that they are already catching up. And then now, given these Tri-Nations, you can see they are actually closing up the gap. So, given that this coming week is WFCQ, which is a more important competitive competition after all, so that will actually then sort of prove, where is their foot or standing, at the very least in the region. So it will be also interesting because we do not know how they train, where they get their players from. Correct. Do they have the league or no league, or how do they develop their players, or how did the players develop by themselves? So yes, we do have a lot of quantity in terms of players in Singapore. But if you were to tell me, say New Zealand actually have just a tenth, I'm just randomly just pulling out figures, but they can actually have this sort of quality, then it would be a very interesting case study in terms of how they actually progress and develop. But for Australia, in my opinion, for the past or in any competition that we had against them, I always feel that we are always sort of either on par or maybe they are always slightly above us. This is just my own personal feel. Yeah, so, yep.
And they caught up very fast. And shout out to Zhong Wei and Jordan at Australia. They're playing for Roosters, right? For those of you who are not aware of Australians League, they play by states. So it's huge. So some states will have a bigger floorball league, while some won't even have. So you can see it's quite concentrated on certain states for floorball itself. But shout out to Zhong Wei and Jordan.
Now, at this current moment, Gabriel is over there as well.
Really?
Yeah. So he's apparently, I saw the Instagram. So he's there over for internship or something.
Oh, internship.
For 2 months.
But he's not playing floorball for 2 months.
He's going there to play floorball. Straight away after in his game, he fly over, he play game for Roosters already.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
he did the Malaysia, he did it like the Malaysian, but travel further. He's testing the system lah. Basically, he's testing the
Basically,
system
people
lah.
wants to play, right? Yeah.
So he's better than me in that way, you know. I won't go there for money. I mean, there's no money. He went there just to travel and play floorball.
Again, we go back to the first point where if let's say there's really a money structure,
Yeah.
right, then this actually won't be possible. So I mean, there's the good, there's the bad. So if no money involved, you just go register yourself, just play, just for the love of the sport.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Pros and cons.
yeah.
Yeah. Then on top of that, now in the WFCQ for Asia itself. Okay, this is something I talked to my professor.
Okay. I'm not a professor,
So
Yeah.
we talk because floorball is relatively new, young
Yeah.
and new in a way
Yeah.
in the sports scene. Even though it's been around since the 70s, young and new in Asia. So he asked me, like we talk about other sports and whatnot. He asked me what research have I done about floorball, China floorball. Then we talked a lot. I discussed with him, some of my classmates as well who are from China. One amazing thing that we all agreed upon: the moment China catches up, the moment they pump in money, everyone bye-bye. Literally everyone can just say thanks, goodbye. And if their federation decides to focus on floorball itself, yeah, we're done for. And I mean, I've been saying this for the past few years about we don't know the hidden stuff. Japan, China, Korea. These are known countries to build their sports teams.
These are supposed to be the big countries in sports.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
know their volleyball are strong, their martial arts are strong, amazing. When I dig out about floorball, I think I shared with you guys as well that we don't know they have a league. Then I managed to find out they have a youth league. They have a league itself.
Where? China.
China. Yeah.
Oh, I think they do.
Yeah, they have a league itself. The quality questionable. We don't know. But when they started out, I think in 2013, if I'm not wrong, they played at Sweden and whatnot. They had some experiences to go there. But I realized in more recent times, they have more Czech influence. Might be because of their communist heritage with Czech Republic and whatnot. They have students flying over to Czech and whatnot. So I think if they are influenced heavily by the Czechs, and if they are playing the Czech style,
And if they have some certain Chinese-born Czech,
yeah, a lot of things can happen.
Yeah.
So and there are Czech Republic players that play in the league as well. So if I'm not wrong, yeah, I might be wrong on this, but limited stuff to find out. But the moment they catch up with this, we are.
now, if you ask me, right, you're talking about Japan, Korea, and let's say you really want to talk about China, right? Why are they not as serious, right? No money.
Yeah.
There's no money to sort of, in theory, gain out of it.
Yeah.
Right, so kind of no use for the government or the state or whatever
yeah,
to pump in the money, because at the end of the day, it's just
Olympics medal money, basically.
yeah. So of course the job of IFF, I mean, I've heard before that they are trying to push the sport
Olympics.
gradually towards
Yep.
Olympics. So once you hit the final or end stage,
Yep.
right, then of course a lot more eyeballs, money, and then possibly then the growth of the sport.
Yep.
And if there is growth of the sport, globally wise, then such countries, if they really do take interest in it, then yep.
And I guess we can just move on to the WFCQ qualification about the so-called the fixtures
Speaking
itself.
of Japan,
Yeah, speaking of Japan, our boys tomorrow, they'll be facing Japan at 1 o'clock. So I think all matches are streamed online on IFF, the app itself. But I believe you have to pay, right? You have to pay to watch, which is, I mean, fair. They need to earn. Everyone needs to earn. Then follow on. The next day, same timing, our boys will be facing Australia again. Let's hope they can bounce back from the previous results itself. And lastly, speaking of China, they will end off on Thursday in the group stages against China at 10 a.m. Yeah. So we really hope the Tri Nations, I mean, questionable on the timing itself and whatnot, but maybe a good warm-up for our boys to know where they are. So now they're facing the real toughest challenge, whatever the situation they may be in right now, big quality of training or injuries or whatever it is, back-to-back league issues and whatnot. I think we have to back them up no matter what. Everyone involved, the effort that everyone put in. And I saw the Instagram post.
Mine?
The Floorball Association. I saw Trevor's face again. It's like he just came back from U19. Now he's traveling to.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, now he's from Finland. Now he's going to Philippines. Well, it's very tiring.
Important man.
Wow, it's very tiring for him. how long already he has to be away. But he's been doing this for the longest of time, right? Like travels a lot. Yeah. But really shout out to the coaching team and our boys definitely. We will be behind you all the way. Whatever the result is, just give your best. Come home safe, and stay safe. Oh yeah, and also the update of the AFC. Now it's not top 4, right? No more top 4. It's top 3. So top 3 will qualify for the World Cup. So it's everything to play for.
Yeah,
Really,
so of course
really
for the
everything.
last edition, Thai, Philippines, Australia and Singapore went through. So in theory, once you top 2 of your group, in theory you have already qualified, and then the rest is just placing only. That's about it. So over here, even you get progress through the group stage, you might not even get to the World Champs.
Yep.
Yeah.
WFC. So it's all to play for. So really all the best for our boys out there.